Hello, I'm by names of Olga Hosevenimana, and today I'm here again to talk about stress in a workplace and how I and to be able to give the examples of how I managed it. I have two different kinds of examples. There is this time that I managed to do it to overcome my stress successfully, and the other time was unsuccessfully. So first of all, when I was unsuccessful, there is this time. So I went through all the three stages as mentioned by Charles Stanger. So when Charles, as he said, I first detected the alarm from my outside environment. I was able to notice that there was a change, and this was very was highly affecting me. But then for the second stage, I tried to resist it, as he mentioned, because within this case, I had to deal with. I had a lot of work to do. I knew that it was there, but then I didn't work forward to. I tried to work on it, but then because I had procrastinated, as I fought to work hard, I I I had procrastinated my work. I ended up having a lot of work to do in the end. So in the first stage, I was alarmed that there was a change. I had a lot of work to do and to accomplish within a short time period. For the second stage, I tried to resist it by working overtime over the normal working hours, which reduced my time of sleep and of rest. So this caused me, for the third stage, I failed on the third stage. This is because in this stage I was not able to overcome all the illnesses because in the third stage I had to be able to overcome everything, but then I was not able to do so because I was so highly stressed that I didn't even acknowledge that I was getting a headache. So I had a headache, which was, as he said as said by Charles Stenger, that when you get stressed, it because you mostly don't know how to. You mostly didn't overcome or didn't manage your stress successfully. So this was at the time that it was unsuccessful. So for the second example, as he said, for within the previous examples, for the second way in which I managed stress, it was successful because I was taught uh, how to manage stress at school. So I tried. They told me most of the first thing that I should not do is not to never procrastinate things. So after learning about it, because in the previous class assignment we had three projects where I failed in the previous example, but then for the second example it was in the next benchmark. We also had many projects going on by then, but then I I was able to do that project. So those projects and accomplish them on time. So for the second thing, I would say is that I went through the first stage, which was detecting the alarm or the change in my environment. It was really successful because I knew that I had a lot of work to do, and I tried to resist that stress that was coming my way by working on my works ahead of time. And then for the third stage, which is exhaustion, my body was not overly stressed because when it came to I started getting overstressed. I had already managed to do it so that I was able to resist it completely. So I think that I was successful this time because I didn't get any headache or even disturb my normal sleeping and resting hours. So for the following question, I was asked to dig deeper and elaborate my explanation about the appropriate scientific support and lack of scientific support. So I think within the project resource called Evaluating Scientific Claims, they have mentioned that the appropriate scientific claims should always have calculations so that the conducted conclusions are directly supported by the experiment. So, and also they mentioned that the conclusions can be reached independently by other researchers in other places using same other methods. So I think that for the claim made by Brendan Booker, it was not scientific at all, because he didn't provide, as said within this resource, he didn't provide anything that to support his argument. He didn't provide anything to ensure that the people that the experiment he had made was successful, or was really directing towards that person, or the experiment, the conclusions he had can be experimentally proven, and they, for the people that can carry out the same experiment, can come to the same conclusion. In fact, he didn't have any experiment at all carried out. All he based on were his own beliefs. So I think that's all. And for the for I think that's all for the videos about stress, the examples, and also how to evaluate scientific claims. Thank you.